flew north over black water. The mountains below were white with snow. No one saw him pass. He had been here before. He had brought her here before. Now he was coming back. By dusk he reached the eyrie. The storm had not yet broken, but the mountain knew him. The bow was gone from the wall. The boots were missing from the floor. Fresh tracks in the snow led down the cliff. Inside the cave, a smaller cloak, a basket without apples, a space where she had been waiting. He stood in that space longer than a god should. He brought her to this mountain. The world knows this. He was the voice she trusted. He was the path that led her on. He is not asking for forgiveness. He does not say he has changed. He only says, come home. Let me do one thing right before the world grows old. By the cold fire, smaller than the stories say. Her hands were still, her eyes were not afraid. She looked at him. He had prepared for her anger. He had prepared for her silence. But her face was something else, the face of someone who had already forgiven. For being a mountain, he held out his hand. She looked at it. She knew that hand. She knew it from the garden, from the morning. He said, come with me, and the apples were still hers. Now she looked at it like a question she had already answered. Then she stood without his help and walked past him into the dark. She did not take his hand, but she took the words, get me out before the shadow fills the sky, before the bow returns, before the giant wakes. He could not undo the morning he had taken. He could not make that day smaller. But for one night, he could carry her home. So they flew over black water, over stones, before the tracks could turn back, before the door could open, before Thjazi could come home. Changed first, then the birds went silent. Far below on the cliff path, something was climbing. We do not know if they made it. We only know that the apples were gone from the cave, and the fire had